Hey Mika, you got those divorce papers my lawyer sent, right? Make sure you get them to the courthouse as soon as possible. Got it?
Yeah, I got it, Jaden. Do you want me to shoot you a text when I turn them in, or what?
Come on, Mika. How badly do you want to stay in contact with me? We're through. We're never getting back together.
Good grief, would you get over yourself? I was just wondering if you wanted me to let you know when we were officially divorced or not.
Listen up, Mika. I'm just about to leave on a relaxing, romantic, luxurious spa vacation with my beloved Samantha. A message from you ruining the mood of our celebratory vacation is the last thing I want. Do I make myself clear?
Okay, I'll take that as a no, loud and clear.
I'm glad you're finally starting to understand me. And just so we're perfectly clear, let me say it one more time. We are through. So don't bother trying to get back together with me. Now that I'm rid of you, I'll finally be free to enjoy life with Samantha. I no longer have any room for you in my life at all. None, zilch, nada. Got it?
You're such a narcissistic clown. Do you honestly think that after all you've put me through, I'd actually be interested in getting back together with you?
Looks like I hit a little too close to home.
Whatever. This is how we say goodbye then, I guess.
Yep, goodbye and good riddance.
Hey, Mika, are you there? Where are you right now? I tried ringing your doorbell, but no one came to the door and the house looked all dark. Where on earth are you? Please, the moment you see this message, you've got to get in touch with me. Rachel? We haven't talked in ages. What's going on? There you are, finally! You seem pretty serious. Did something happen, or are you okay? I'm fine. This isn't about me. Hasn't my mom messaged you? I thought she would have told you about what was going on. In any case, you've got to get down to the hospital as soon as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, Rachel. The truth is that I blocked your mom a while ago. You what? Why would you do that? I guess that's besides the point now. So, you haven't heard about my brother? Well, no, I haven't spoken to Jaden since 2 days ago. He was in a car crash, and he's in the hospital right now. A car crash? You need to get down to the Central City Hospital as soon as possible. There's a lot we'll need to talk about moving into the future, so I thought it would be best for the whole family to gather together in person. Hold on, Rachel, calm down for a second. How can you be calm when your husband is in the hospital? My husband? Wait a second. Rachel, didn't you hear about what happened between us? No, what? Jaden and I are divorced, Rachel. What? You are? Yeah, it was finalized 2 days ago. This is the first I've ever heard of this. Oh my goodness. I see. I'm sorry you had to find out like this. I guess that would explain why you haven't been contacting Jaden and haven't come down to the hospital yet. I guess. Wow, this day just keeps getting crazier. I'm sorry, Mika. I must have surprised you when I started texting you in a panic all of a sudden like that. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. You just didn't know. I know this is probably a sensitive issue, and I don't mean to pry, but was the divorce over my brother's infidelity? How did you know? Well, I had my suspicions when the doctors mentioned that there was another passenger in the car Jaden was driving, and it was a female who I had never met before. Apparently the accident happened while they were on their way back from their spa vacation. Ah, I see. The doctor said her name was Samantha. Does that ring any bells? Well, I suppose there's no point in hiding it anymore. Yes, Samantha is the woman whom Jaden was cheating on me with. I see. I am terribly sorry for the way my brother treated you. I already told you, Rachel, you don't have anything to apologize for. You didn't do anything wrong. Okay, well, I guess that does explain a lot of things then. Gotcha. I don't know much of the details of the accident at this point, so I'll message you again sometime later after we talk to the police. For now, I can tell you that the doctors say that his injuries aren't life-threatening. I don't know exactly how things are going to go from here on out, but there might be some times when I need to get a hold of you. Is that okay? Sure thing, Rachel. Just let me know whenever you need anything. Now, how about you, Rachel? How are you dealing with all of this? Are you okay? Me? Yes, you. I know that neither Jaden nor your mother have treated you very well over the years, and that's just from the things I've heard and seen from Jaden. I can't imagine what they were like when I wasn't around. Well, I suppose that's to be expected. I'm only her stepdaughter, and ever since my dad died, she started treating me differently than before. I'm not sure what the extent of Jaden's injuries are, but do you think they might try to force all the work of taking care of Jaden and his mistress onto you? I'm just asking out of concern for you, Rachel. I don't know. Your brother and I are divorced now, so it may not be my place to say this, but remember, there's absolutely no need for you to bear the burden all by yourself, Rachel. You take care of yourself, you hear me? Thanks, Mika. I'll do that.
Mika, what's your problem? When are you finally going to step up and take responsibility for taking care of me? You know I'm wheelchair bound now. Don't pretend you don't. Even my poor, sweet Samantha has to live with a wheelchair. She's an angel. She didn't deserve this. We're living in a wheelchair-accessible apartment right now. But even with all those accommodations, it's still a nightmare over here. Hurry up and get your butt over here and help out around the house.
Jaden? You are the last person I wanted to hear from today. We've been divorced for a few months now. What do you want from me?
Don't act dumb. I want you to take responsibility. You need to come over to our apartment every day and help us out.
Why?
You know why. We're stuck in wheelchairs for the rest of our lives. And just what have you been up to lately while shirking off your responsibilities to me, huh? Have you been having fun, walking around, going places?
No, I mean, why am I the one who has to take care of you? We're divorced.
Excuse me? You're my wife. Obviously you have to take care of me.
Do I need to teach you what the word divorced means?
At our wedding, you vowed to take care of me, till death do us part.
Did you get a brain injury in that crash?
In sickness and in health, Mika. And right now, I'm cashing in on the in sickness part. You're gonna fulfill your duties to me as my wife, or else.
We are divorced. I am not your wife.
What?
What do you mean, what? You told me to fire the papers, quote, as soon as possible. And just like you told me, I went down to the courthouse the very same day and filed them. We're divorced.
You never told me that.
You also told me that I didn't need to tell you when I submitted them.
I did?
I asked you if you wanted me to message you when I submitted the divorce papers. You said no and further stated, again, directly quoting you here, "A message from you ruining the mood of our celebratory vacation is the last thing I want." So, like you told me, I didn't tell you. Got it?
Wait, but you were only asking me that because you wanted an excuse to keep talking to me, weren't you?
No, I assumed that you had plans to marry your mistress as soon as we were divorced, and so I thought you might like to know at what point that would be legally possible. That's all.
But you never messaged me, so I figured, I don't know, maybe you were still in love with me and hadn't submitted them yet.
My God in heaven, you told me not to message you! Seriously, how bad was the brain damage you suffered in that accident?
I didn't suffer any brain damage. I'm just as smart as I've always been. Listen, Samantha and I are having a really hard time of things getting adjusted to life in a wheelchair. My mom helps us out when she can, but she's had a bad back, so she can't do everything all the time. We need someone to take care of all three of us.
Then hire someone. Did you really think you would be able to talk your ex-wife into moving back in with you to be your live-in maid? If you hadn't gotten a CAT scan yet, get one soon.
Okay, well, then I can just make you my legal wife again.
Huh?
We've been pretty busy over here the last few months between being in the hospital, going through rehabilitation, and then getting adjusted to our new lifestyles. So we haven't had the time to get legally married. So it just so happens that I'm a perfectly eligible bachelor. We can get married again. You can be my wife and help out me, Samantha, and my mom around the house. Isn't that a great plan?
I am more and more convinced that they lobotomized you while you were in the hospital. Do you even have any brains left in your skull?
What's up with that attitude? I'm offering you the chance to get back together with me. Are you really gonna throw it in my face like this?
Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes, of course I am, you complete moron.
But why?
Don't insult my intelligence, Jaden. Rachel finally got tired of taking care of you and moved out, didn't she? And the only reason you're contacting me right now is because you want me to take over for her.
Wait, how do you know that Rachel moved out?
Because she told me she did. She told me that she's only your stepsister and that her father married your mother and that he had passed away a few years ago. And ever since then, it was just you, your mom, and Rachel living together in your house. She also told me that she started treating her like trash as time went on. I guess the two of you thought that since Rachel wasn't a blood relative, that you could force her to do all the cooking and cleaning while you just laze around the house.
Yeah? And so what if we did? She's supposed to take care of her family.
Rachel learned something very important recently. When your mother married her father, she never legally adopted her as her daughter.
Once again, so what? She's still my stepsister and my mom's stepdaughter.
Stepchildren aren't like biological children, especially when they're adults like Rachel. When you marry someone with children, they don't automatically become your legal children. There is a process to legally adopt the children of your spouse, but again, your mother never did it. So there is no bond, legal or biological, binding Rachel to you and your mom.
Uh-oh.
Looks like you're starting to see where I'm going with this. I guess the doctors must have left a few pieces of your brain behind after all.
So, you're saying...
Don't hurt yourself by thinking too hard. I'll spell it out for you. The moment Rachel's father died, the only reason she had to stick around you two went away. So no, Rachel has no responsibility to take care of you or your mother. I'm very sorry to say this, but you won't be able to rely on either the sister you mistreated nor the wife you cheated on to take care of you. Tough luck. And to be really honest, expecting me or her to care for you is an unprecedented low, even for you.
Hey, you're probably aware of this, but Samantha kinda got cut off by her parents, so she doesn't have anywhere else to go.
Oh no, she got cut off by her parents after they found out she got in an accident riding with the married man she was sleeping with. This might be a little harsh, but right now, the two of you are getting exactly what you deserve.
Please, Mika, you've got to come back to me. We really need some help around here.
Then go and hire someone to do it for you.
We can't hire somebody to help us without any money. Both Samantha and I had to quit our jobs after the accident, so we've got almost no income.
Not my problem.
How can you be so cold to me after all we've been through together?
Ah, yes, we have most certainly been through a lot together, haven't we? I remember it all so clearly, from our first date to your proposal, to our wedding and honeymoon, and then finally the day I found out you were sleeping with another woman. And if this had happened before that last one, I probably would have stuck with you, for better or for worse. But I would sooner die than spend the remaining years of my life nursing the cheating scoundrel who betrayed me.
Alright, fine, whatever. You won't help us. Then can you at least tell me where Rachel went so I can contact her? You said you had been talking to her, right? Just her phone number would be okay. Please? She's my last hope.
Not a chance.
Why not?
Think about it. Rachel is, for the first time in years, finally free of the curse you and your mother had brought upon her. She is taking her first steps as a free woman. And as she's enjoying her newfound freedom, do you think she'd appreciate being bombarded from texts, begging for help from the stepbrother who directly contributed to her years of torment? So no, I would never tell you Rachel's location or phone number. Not even if you were lying on your deathbed.
Then who's gonna take care of us? If you won't, and Rachel won't, then who?
Don't know, don't care.
Come on!
Goodbye. Forever. Jaden didn't know when to give up, so I blocked his number after that. And just to be safe, I went out and got a new phone number the next day. Since I also moved apartments since then, I think it's safe to say I don't need to worry about the three of them bothering me anymore. I'll also still keep in touch with Rachel. She gets updates on what Jaden is up to through a friend of hers. Apparently, after getting married to Samantha, an acquaintance of theirs was decent enough to hire them on as disabled hires in the same company they used to work at. So it seems that they should be able to make ends meet, if only barely. However, their personalities always were, well, atrocious. And once word got around about the circumstances behind them ending up in a wheelchair, everyone's opinions of them managed to get even worse than they already were. Despite the cold treatment by their old colleagues, they need their jobs so desperately that they can't quit. So, they have no choice but to bear with the constant jeers and scorn they face every single day they show up at the office.